What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of My Team Career Mode. Today we are here for the start of the French Grand Prix in the season 3 of My Team Career. It will be gonna be a dry race, so we need not worry about the wet weather setups. And Alonso is our teammate in this season, as we are going for some R&D upgrades so that we can improve our car further. As we are no longer the backmarker car and we are now in the mid table, so we'll be competing with the likes of Alpine and AlphaTauri. So let's see what we can achieve here at this French Grand Prix, as I will be going for some aggressive setup so that I can gain the straight line speed which is needed to just gain the much needed track position here at the Le Castellet circuit. And this is our first push lap or the banker lap, which you can say, and it was not a decent lap because there was a lot of scope of improvement in this and there were some bit tiny mistakes. So we just go for another push lap and this time we improved by 2 tenths, which puts us in P15 position. So we barely managed to scrape through to the Q2 session, and our teammate is also in P11, so a good recovery drive from Fernando Alonso from his previous race. So here in the Q2 session, the first lap which we put is around P15 position, but again in the next lap we just couldn't improve, and I just decided to box in this lap because obviously there was a lot of time which was very much because we were slow by a comfortable margin and I did not want to just go for another waste of tires. So we finished in P15 and our teammate is in P11. So let's see what we can achieve from here at this French Grand Prix, as we have definitely been trying to just alternate our setup. So we'll be going for some medium to hard strategy, as Lando Norris, Verstappen and Leclerc are in the top 3 of the grid, and we start in P16 position. So it's 5 red lights and away we go for the start of this French Grand Prix here at Le Castellet. And it is a tentative start because obviously we get a lot of wheel spin which makes us lose a couple of positions. So now we are just behind Daruvala in the Alfa Romeo, as we are just going around the outside of this AlphaTauri at the turn 1 and we are just making the most stick. And currently you can see there is a lot of squabbling going on in front of us, so we have to be careful, otherwise we might be losing our front wing, which we do not want, as we just send one down the outside of this turn and we make a lot of moves at least, and we almost just collided with the side pod of our teammate, but luckily it was just a minor collision and it did not give us any warning from the FIA, and nor did our teammate get any damage. Still in the fast straights you can see Alonso just overtakes us and we just make a move down the inside, but we were left with no room and I had to just go over the curbs. Otherwise we would be colliding with Alonso, which we definitely do not want at the start of this Grand Prix, as it will give our teammate some damage as we go down the inside of an Alpine and make the most stick. So it was a definite move on Ocon because obviously he's our rival and we have to make the moves, otherwise we might be losing some positions in the track. So for that reason I was just being too aggressive in the initial race itself, because our tires are still fresh and there are some cars in the hard tires in front of us and obviously they will be not in the optimum temperature, so they might be not having the grip which is needed to make the position stick. And for that reason we are just using the freshness of our medium tires so that we can just have some much needed track position here at this Le Castellet circuit. As in the lap 3 you can see Hamilton and Gasly are just fighting too hard in front of us and we are sensing a move to make a down the inside at this turn, and they are squabbling too hard and they do just go too wide, and here goes with Alpha. So we make the move stick absolutely. They left enough of space and they were too busy to fight among themselves and we made the move stick. And our turbocharger is almost on its last legs, so we have to change the turbocharger in the next Grand Prix, otherwise it will be very difficult for us to just utilize the full potential of our engine, and for that reason I'll have to just change the turbocharger. As right now at the lap 9 you can see just Gasly is behind us, so he's trying to make a move down the inside at this left right chicane, but we cover off the apex of the position and we just maintain our P8. And obviously I want some points in this race because in the previous race we finished in P11, which was just one position short of gaining some points. So this time I'm looking for some points, as there is a yellow flag in the track. So let's see what happened and who is the victim here. Esteban Ocon, our rival, has caught a DNF. So disappointing race for the French guy. So obviously it was his home Grand Prix and he got DNF. So what can we say? Unfortunate day for the young Frenchman, as another French guy, Pierre Gasly in the Alpine team, just overtakes us. So the Alpine are definitely having some good straight line speed and obviously they are our direct competitors, so we have to be careful of that and we have to just utilize whatever ERS we are having, because I just learned this thing that if I just deplete the ERS in the initial laps itself, I was not able to overtake in the upcoming laps and we almost collided into the back of the Pierre Gasly and it was a very close shave, otherwise I would definitely have lost my front wing. As in the lap 10 you can see I was just trying to make a move down the inside of this ultimate turn, but we couldn't as we were too far away, and I did not want to make a risky move and lose my front wing. So the tire wear is almost 44%, and it is time for boxing this lap, as I want to do some undercuts on the other teams, because undercut in this game is proving definitely an advantage as far as I have raced in this career mode. So definitely I'm looking forward to some undercutting in this French Grand Prix, as we are just following Gasly in this first sector to sense an opportunity to make a move down the inside. But it will be a difficult task because obviously Gasly is superior driver, so also his machinery, which is the Alpine car, is a lot better than us. So we have to just wait for the right opportunity and just make the move, as I just again make sure that we have selected the box option so that our team is ready by the time we go into the pits, as at the end of lap 11 we just go into the pits to put on a set of hard tires. And for that reason I think this undercut may work, I'm not so sure, but hopefully this hard tires should last 16 laps till the end of the Grand Prix, and I'm just hopeful that we will be able to gain some positions and some points in the upcoming laps. As in the lap 12 you can see we undercut Tsunoda, Albon and Piastri and Magnussen also. So this undercut has definitely worked, and currently we are at P17 position. So in the next lap also you can see we undercut our teammate and also Schumacher. So now we are at P10 position, so definitely this undercut has worked, and in the upcoming laps also we might get some more cars in the pits, so those who are in the initial hard tires, so maybe we can gain some at least one more position, as K-Mag gets DNF'd here at the French Grand Prix. So another engine failure for the Ferrari powertrain, and K-Mag has an unfortunate day here at the French Grand Prix in Le Castellet. So let's see what we can achieve from here. At still it is lap 14 and we have definite time to go in front of us, as we undercut Schwartzman who is in the pits. So definitely this undercut is working, as we also undercut Gasly and Stroll, but as you can see here Gasly is too far ahead of us and we just couldn't catch up to Gasly because obviously he's having some superior, I think, R&D upgrade, because his tire wear is too low, I think that is the reason why he was able to overcut us. But no worries, we are at P9 and we have to just defend our positions from the likes of Hamilton, who is 3.4 seconds behind us, and obviously the Mercedes is a superior car and in the top 3 or 4 of the R&D upgrades, so definitely he will be having the pace, as now he is 1.7 seconds behind us. So he's just gradually catching up to the back of us, and we have to try and defend as much as we can. As in the back straight you can see now Hamilton is 1.5 seconds behind us, so definitely Hamilton is having some superior straight line speed, and that is the reason why he's able to catch us by a comfortable margin. And our hard tires are just dropping off, I would say, because they are not having the speed which is needed, and now Hamilton is just 3 tenths behind us. And yeah, it is the ultimate thing that he just overtook us at this right-hander. So we just cannot defend from the likes of Mercedes at this stage of the performance chart, because we still need a lot of work to be done to our car, but still we make the mistake going down the inside at this turn. And let's see what we can achieve from here, because I don't think we'll be able to defend from the likes of Hamilton for many laps. As you can see here in the lap 23, Hamilton was just again trying to make a move around the outside at this long straight, and he makes the move stick. So now I think Hamilton will definitely switch on his hammer time, so he'll be just trying to gain away from my DRS, so that I just couldn't stick to his DRS in the upcoming laps. And for that reason I think Hamilton will be just pushing so hard in this Grand Prix, and definitely he'll be just trying to just run away like Mercedes typically does, because obviously he is a 7-time world champion and he knows where to make the move stick and where to defend. So like he defended here at this apex of this corner. So let's see what we can learn from this 7-time world champion here, and we can use those tricks in the upcoming races, as we almost had a bit of tank slapper because we are just pushing too hard with our hard tires. And obviously we went for a less downforce setup, so that is one of the reasons why maybe we are having some backslides, as now we are just almost the DRS of Hamilton. But let's see how many laps we can further take this DRS to, as it is lap 24 and Hamilton is almost away from our DRS, but still, and we were just able to manage to hold on to the DRS of Lewis Hamilton, as our engine is showing that the turbocharger is 67% wear. So we will have to change the turbocharger and other components at the season break at the end of this Grand Prix, and hopefully we will be able to return to the Belgium Grand Prix at the next weekend, which will be after the season break, and with much better engine and much better capabilities and R&D components, as Hamilton has left our DRS and he's 2 seconds in front of us. And obviously that is a natural thing because we are in the last lap and now it is hammer time. So Hamilton is just doing his hammer time moments, and he's just almost gained 1.3 seconds further in this lap, as Verstappen wins at this French Grand Prix. So GG's to the Red Bull, and definitely a dominant performance from the Red Bull as they are competing with the likes of Ferrari. And since Ferrari have won the two times Constructors' Championship, so Red Bull are definitely giving a fight to them as we finish in P10 and gain 1 point from this French Grand Prix. As we also get the driver of the day, so GG's to all the audience who just voted for us. And Verstappen, Norris, and Sergio Perez are in the top three position. And Ferrari had a difficult race as they finished in P4 and P8. And our teammate is in P14 position, so he just dropped 3 places, which is just unfortunate. As we move up the drivers' championship from P14, we went to P13. And in the constructors also, we are at P9 position, so definitely we have a lot of scope for improvement in the upcoming races as we get some cash from our sponsors, and we also renew our contract with our teammates. So Fernando Alonso will be there till the end of the season, and we are just improving an facility for our teammates so that he can gain some much needed focus points. And we are also improving the resource point generation of the aerodynamic section so that we can get some much needed cornering speeds, and we can just improve our overall car in the next races will be at the Belgium and Italy. And we also change all the components which are worn out, and because we have a lot of time in the season break, so hopefully these component changes will help us make a better car in the upcoming Belgium Grand Prix. So this was about the French Grand Prix, and thank you guys for watching this video, and do like and hit subscribe for daily F122 content, and we will meet you again in the next Grand Prix which will be at the Belgium circuit. So till then, peace.